I normally don't post videos on a Wednesday, but this is really serious, and I feel like, a lot of people avoid talking about political views on their platform, but I think that's part of the problem in this world. I'm sorry about the noise, by the way. I think that's part of the problem because if you have a platform, no matter how small it is, my platform isn't that big, there's a chance that you could make a change somewhere. And Kamala Harris lost the election. I voted for Kamala Harris, and I would do it a million times. And that means Donald Trump, the businessman, not fit for president, is going to be president once again. Last time he was elected, I wasn't allowed to vote. I was under 18. This was my first election voting, the one that just passed. This was my first one. And I'm proud of my decision, even though what I wanted and what a whole bunch of other people wanted did not happen. I am proud of it. And I think it's only right that I share why I voted for Kamala Harris and why the next 4 years are going to be hell. Firstly, Kamala Harris cares about the people. She puts everything before herself. She cares about family. She cares about poor people. She cares about middle class, low class. She cares about the community. She cares about the people living in America, and she puts herself last. She looks at what needs to be done, what's going wrong in the country, and she says, okay, this is what I'm going to change because this is going to make the country better. On the other hand, Donald Trump wants to help the rich people when really the rich people make up a very small percentage of America, and most of us are low or middle class. Firstly, I think class ranking is interesting, but this is unfortunately the world that we live in. I cannot comprehend, my brain cannot process the fact that people are sitting there watching everything everyone else is watching of the hateful comments Donald Trump is making, the hateful comments he allows other people to make at his rallies that have his name all over it. It's a representation of him and what he stands for. He didn't say anything against it. Of course not. Because they all share the same beliefs. Not only is he just downright mean, but I believe in my heart that he doesn't think anything is wrong with it. He is misogynistic, a rapist, a racist, and the list goes on. You can fill in some of the blanks. There is an endless list to the things that he promotes that people should not promote. We are in 2024. Why does skin color matter? And I don't want to hear anybody saying it doesn't matter because look who didn't win. I hope and pray that this doesn't happen again, in the sense that people let sex and race come before anything else. Because her values are up here. Where are Donald Trump's values, if he even has any? To think that in 2024, Kamala Harris's sex and race matters, it's beyond me. I cannot believe that this is the world we're living in. This is what you guys are calling the greatest country in the world. This is divided. This is not the United States. It's divided. And I'm embarrassed. Even though I did not vote for Donald Trump, I'm embarrassed. Because this is what I'm going to have to live with for the next 4 years. And other countries are looking and they're like, these guys are idiots. Everybody else can see it. Everyone else can see how much of a dumb decision this was to elect Donald Trump. We saw him in office once. And we're inviting him back. We're inviting him to do it all over again. The next 4 years are going to be hell. I can't believe that I can't believe that people don't see him for who he really is. I've seen so many people say such good things about him, and I'm wondering if we're looking at the same person. Kamala Harris is a family woman, and she chose Tim Walz because he is also a family man, and they look at America like their family. Would you want the worst for your family? No. You want the best for your family. And now we're going to be stuck with a felon in the Oval Office. We're going to be stuck with a felon as our president. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's crazy to think about, because if Kamala Harris was a white man with all the same values, Donald Trump wouldn't have won. America, I'm not proud to say I'm an American. I'm not. At least not right now. Because why can't we make sound decisions? Why can't we look at pros and cons and say, we probably shouldn't put a felon in that chair? I cannot believe this is the reality we're going to have to live for the next 4 years. What if somebody worse than Donald Trump comes along? Even though that's hard to believe because he seems like the worst of the worst. What if somebody worse comes around, and just because he's a white man, he's gonna shoot all the way up versus the opponent? What are we doing, guys? This is not... Have you read Project 2025? Have you read it? Do you know what's going to happen to all of us? Let's go back to the fact that Donald Trump does not like anybody. Anybody that voted for him, he doesn't like y'all. Especially if you're a person of color, especially if you're a woman of color. What are you doing voting for that man? He doesn't like you. He doesn't even like white people who voted for him. Why would he like you? You're a colored person. Why would he like you? It hurts my heart to see women not voting for Kamala Harris because a man needs to lead. A man doesn't need to lead. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I just want everybody to open their eyes and really see what we are in for. Because it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun, and we're not going to have a jolly grand time. We're not going to have the things we want, and we're going backwards, because guess what? Kamala would have moved us forward, and now we're over here. I'm disappointed. and angry and sad. I had a dream last night that Donald Trump won. And I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. That was a dream. I was very confident Kamala Harris would win. And there are Christians. There are Christians who believe that they can't be a Christian if they vote for Kamala Harris. So you'd rather vote a felon. And he was charged for 34 felonies. But how do we know he didn't do 34 more and just didn't get caught? That's almost 34. That's almost as many presidents as we've had in the history of America. Do you understand that? That's a felony for almost every single president. You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. We need to open our eyes. We are not being smart. And I'm saying we because I'm an American. We need to step it up. I'm tired of women being brought down no matter what they have in store. Because they're women, we birth you. We raise you, we feed you. We go through pain just so it's a possibility to have you. And you grow up to be that person that doesn't even like women. What did you think you came from? What do you think you came from? And I hate to see women hating women. Why do you hate Kamala Harris? Because she's a woman. You're a woman. You can look in the mirror. You are a woman. I'm disturbed. I am thoroughly disturbed and angry. I'm going through all the stages of grief. Because to choose someone who doesn't care, to choose someone who wants to help the people that are already rich and leave you in the dust, versus someone who wants to help bring you up. You'd think it's common sense. You'd think so. Common sense is not common. My parents always told me common sense is not that common, and I see it. It's obvious. It's obvious. What is wrong? What is going on? What is going on? We're in danger. We are in great danger. And I don't think anyone realizes that even if they voted for Trump, they're still in danger. That doesn't make you exempt from everything that's going to happen. We are all in danger. I'm sick to my stomach. I can't believe this is reality. I can't believe it. We have a lot of growing up to do, America. And Kamala fought so hard. All Trump did was make jokes and talk about her. He has concepts of a plan, not a plan. Kamala had plans, plural, for us, and they would benefit us. They would help bring us up. Look where we are now. We've already moved back a step, selecting this man to be our next president. Are you kidding me? This is sick. I'm disturbed. As I said, a lot of people avoid putting their political views on their platforms, but what do you have a platform for if you're not standing up for something? Seriously. How could you in your right mind, in good conscience, vote for Donald Trump? I pray for all of us. I pray for all of us. Read your Bibles. You have no idea what's coming. This is scary. This is such a scary time to be alive in America. I don't know what to say. I've said a lot, but I don't know what to say. To the people that voted Donald Trump, I hope you learn from this, and I hope you see why this was a mistake.